Past few election cycles, we've seen quite a change in who holds the power when it comes to politics in our country. Joining us now to talk more about that, Dr. Karen Siebold, a University of Arkansas political science professor. Thank you for being here. And
thank you.
In this last election, we saw Republicans pretty much sweep the White House, Congress, and state legislators,
yeah, as well as governorships, too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so,
they're kind of taking over the country in terms of the politics in our country and the decision making.
And a big problem for Democrats here. So a lot of people are saying that the Democratic Party needs to reform itself. They need to look at new avenues to explore.
Certainly, and this has actually been a continuing problem for them. They, of course, lost control of the Senate back in 2010. So this is not news to them. They've been knowing about this growing problem for their party in this country that, not only is Congress slipping and becoming more Republican, but so are state legislatures, so are the governorship.
Let me ask you this, because 3 million people more voted for Hillary Clinton in this election, but of course the Electoral College is what's deciding it.
Absolutely.
So is this a policy issue for Democrats, or is this a geographical problem?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. It is a geographical problem in that most of their base is going to be in California and New York, but they're not going to be able to win elections with just those two states alone. So they've got to think about some of their policies. They've been really focused on things like, of course, health care, affordable health care, and civil rights, very important issues, but they've also got to think about those issues related to jobs.
Yeah, the income gap there is quite a problem for them, and they didn't really address that in the general election, at least after the primary. That didn't get mentioned as much.
Yeah, they really didn't focus too much on trade, jobs, and employment. They always speak to getting people trained in into skilled jobs, but they don't really speak to how to make that happen. And a lot of it is having those jobs to exist so that we actually have somewhere to go for those people. So, they're going to have to refocus what their primary issues are if they're going to take back any of the control of the federal government or these states. It's going to be an important issue for them.
And I guess for Republicans, you can't get too comfortable having that much power, because it can change in one election.
Absolutely, because, in fact, our economy overall at a national level doesn't look bad in terms of employment, in terms of the cost of gas, in terms of the cost of living and what we pay for our goods and our stuff in this country. So they're going to have to work really hard to improve those things at a national level. But they will do what they can to bring back certain jobs to certain types of groups of people, but they're only going to have a short number of years to do that. To bring back the coal jobs, to bring back the manufacturing jobs is not as easy as waving a magic wand. You're going to have to raise tariffs on imports. You're going to have to punish the countries, which Donald Trump has spoken to, that try to take the jobs away but bring the products back to sell to Americans. And so it's not going to be an easy battle for Republicans, but they've got the tide of public opinion on their side, and that is often very powerful.
Of course, you never say never, but it looks like Hillary Clinton is not going to come back for a third time to try to run as president. So who do the Democrats turn to as a new party leader?
Yeah, so there are definitely different leaders in that party that currently exist in Congress, such as Bernie Sanders. He could certainly come back. He's really just getting started, and he's been waiting for a fight against Donald Trump. Now, he will not speak to whether or not he's running because he doesn't want to look that far ahead. He wants to look at today and what we can do today. But I would say he's probably a potential leader. Elizabeth Warren, certainly Al Franken is becoming more of a popular name in Congress. But then some of the maybe regional candidates like Cory Booker, Keith Ellison, some of these maybe lesser known figures may start to rise up to the top too.
Yeah, this past week, Cory Booker saying he's not going to run. Of course, they always
They're
say
always
that.
going to say that,
This far out. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, they've got to think about their job today.
Well, Dr. Siebold, thank you so much for being with us.
You're welcome.
We always enjoy your insight.